Welcome back to my channel at The Movie Optimist, where I try and find the silver linings in even the worst of films. A couple days ago, it was unveiled that before James Gunn and Peter Safran came on to run DC, the producers over at Warner Brothers were looking at tapping Michael Bay, director of things like Transformers, Bad Boys, Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, Pain and Gain. They were tapping him to come in and do a Superman movie starring Henry Cavill. And holy shit, did they dodge a bullet doing this. Now, there are some people that are diehard Michael Bay fans, and I like Michael Bay. I like the fact that he loves his explosions and his big action set pieces. Transformers had a lot of really fun action. Bad Boys has a lot of really fun humor, but lately he's been putting out some stuff that has some questionable stuff in it. Like, he just can't seem to get out of the dialogue of the 90s, where it's like this really over-the-top, dramatic, corny lines that people are saying to each other.
Green? We do a green. Neon green, I told you blue. I said blue. What is this, 1992?
Specifically in Ambulance, Jake Gyllenhaal was chewing the scenery with this wildly over-the-top character, saying things like this.
We need to take him to the hospital now.
Yeah, well, I wish I didn't have herpes, but, you know, we all gotta go with what we got.
But it really just doesn't fit in a Superman movie. And say what you will, there are a lot of people that came to his defense like, oh, he wouldn't have done stuff like that for Superman. Yes, he would have. His dialogue has remained the same since he burst onto the screen from his music video career with Bad Boys. His dialogue is just really cheesy, and it's part of that time where men and women would say things like that, and he hasn't been able to ditch that. And I don't think that Michael Bay would have been able to infuse a Superman movie with the heart and soul that someone like James Gunn is going to be able to. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That movie was dark, and it was emotional, and it brought tears to my eyes, and it still had that humor in it, but it felt very real and very earned. And that's just not something that I think Michael Bay would have brought to Superman. And I think that if he did in fact direct the movie, sure, it would have looked cool and probably had some epic action set pieces where Superman's battling Brainiac in space, but I don't think that that would have saved the DCU. It would have just further plummeted it into the ground. It needed a course correction, and it needed someone with the maturity of James Gunn and his writing to save and revitalize the DCU. Because say what you will, as much as the Snyder fans want to clamor that these movies were masterpieces, nobody was seeing it, and it needed to get brought in a different direction. And if Michael Bay did this, it would have just, like I said, further took Superman and suplexed him into the dirt. So I think we personally dodged a bullet. I don't think that this would have been any good. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Michael Bay directing a movie could have saved the DCU? Do you think that it would have been an awesome movie? Let's talk about it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And as always, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you next time.